Hey guys, I'm Mitch,
I'm Austin.
and this is Super Platinum Achievement, and we finally got the Nintendo Direct. We gave our predictions a little bit ago, and now we're going to give you some highlights and a summary of it here in just a second. First off, guys, if you're new to this channel, go ahead and smash that subscribe button down below. It helps us out a ton. We really appreciate it. Also, at the end of this video, if you liked what you saw, give us a big thumbs up. That helps us out a lot as well. Don't forget to check out the giveaway playlist. We do them all the time, and we have one coming up very shortly, so stay tuned for that. But diving in here, Nintendo had their September Direct. Didn't disappoint having one in September. And they covered a lot, and
Yeah,
I've got a lot of notes here.
Ran through a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff to get excited about for sure. But you know, in Nintendo fashion, it wasn't quite what we wanted. So of course, I mean, we're always more optimistic on this stuff than what actually ends up happening. But that's fine.
Right.
We want to be fun and optimistic and happy. So.
Yeah.
But we got a decent.
Actually,
I think a pretty decent Direct overall.
It was good. It wasn't fantastic and mind-blowing, but they very rarely are.
Yeah.
I mean, the things that we predicted, well, just to start off, the things that we predicted that didn't happen, we did not get a new Donkey Kong game. We did not get any news on the Breath of the Wild sequel.
Or any Zelda, really.
Any Zelda, really. Well, we got Hyrule Warriors, I guess, but
but no
Zelda HD collection.
Yeah, so that's a bummer, which we know exists, so where is it, kind of thing.
Yeah,
so.
well, I don't know. I mean, there's been too many people that said it exists for it not to be true, but
yeah, so.
I don't know. We'll see. No Game Boy games coming to Switch Online, and then no Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So those are some of the predictions that we did not get, but we'll kind of go through here. We'll touch on some just a little bit.
Also, like the Microsoft collaboration didn't happen the way...
Yeah, I mean, not.
But that was
we didn't get anything big. I guess we did. Yeah, no Master Chief, no Rare Replay, but we did get a little tiny something, but just not to the extent we thought. But yeah, we'll go down the list here. First thing, we got a large expansion for Monster Hunter Rise. They said it's a very large, has story expansion, new missions, new techniques.
I love that. I know it wasn't all the stuff was supposed to come out this winter. It said most of the stuff from this Direct's coming out this winter. This is the farthest out they announced anything, so I just kind of thought that was kind of funny. That they're like the first thing they announced was that way. Yeah, it was like in summer of 2022. So yeah, and
it is funny because a lot of it was there was a few that were outside of the winter, and then some of them were just like this month still,
or even like.
Or
today.
October, I mean. We had a lot of October, and then, several today.
Yeah, so...
but yeah, Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, that comes out summer of 2022. That is a paid DLC, and it's going to be a very large expansion. So I'm guessing probably like another game add-on.
Essentially, yeah. I'm sure it's going to be a pretty big deal, because I know Monster Hunter World, that expansion of... Iceborne, I think is what it was called, was like a pretty hefty expansion. So I think they actually do a pretty big job on DLCs and expansions, and not just like, oh, here's like a couple new outfits and skins or whatever. And maybe, so.
A new monster. Go. Yeah.
Kill it 800 times to get the one rare item you need to finish your armor. Yep, there you go.
Yeah. And then, like we thought, we did get a lot more on Mario Party Superstars, which comes out October 29th.
Yeah, so that's
they showed us a couple new boards.
Right around the corner. Looks fun. Yeah. I mean, I'm excited. I'm pumped for that, so I'm definitely getting that for sure, because I love Mario Party, and with the classic Twister feel to it, it's going to be kind of fun, so excited. Yes, I think it's actually almost going to be a bigger game than the current Mario Party.
I think it'll be
funny,
better, too.
So, yeah.
And then we got Voice of Cards, The Isle of Dragon Roars, coming out October 28th. This is a strategy card game, which have become more popular over the years.
Yeah, and they actually showed it. It's slightly different than like just a card game. It's more of a tabletop RPG is kind of how they advertised it. And it obviously, and it showed like a game
card battles.
Yeah, it showed like a game piece actually like walking on top of essentially a game board of just cards that are flipped over. So I'm sure throughout the game you flip the cards over, and if it's a village or a shopkeeper or a battle, or whatever, how it works. So kind of an interesting spin on the
jail,
card.
Go directly to jail.
Exactly. Skip Pasco, do not collect $200. But kind of an interesting twist on the card genre, which has become very popular lately. So it's kind of fun to see this kind of tabletop RPG element to it as well. So
yeah. Then we got Disco Elysium, the final cut, coming out October 12th. And this was a big game. This had multiple Game of the Year nominations. And this comes out with, everything. It's the final cut. It's the full version. The digital copy comes out October 12th, and then the physical copy is sometime early 2022 is what they said. Yeah. So that's going to please a lot of people. That was a very popular game.
This is... I think it was actually in the talks for, actual Game of the Year. I know it got Game of the Year awards. I think it won... Best indie game. I think it won best narrative also at the Game Awards, if I remember 2 years ago. So
and it did get Game of the Year from several. Because there's so many different.
There's hundreds of games of the year, but I think at the actual Game Awards it won best narrative and maybe you said best indie.
I think so. We'll have to double check, but yes, it's very critically acclaimed. So
big game.
That's going to excite a lot of people. Yeah,
and
that looks really good. I might actually play it now. So
yeah, that was out of kind of left field to me, and that's actually kind of a couple games in this are ports or whatever I didn't quite expect, but are kind of cool to see. So we'll cover a few more of those down the list here. So. And
then Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity Expansion Pass Wave 2. So we already got Wave 1. This is Wave 2. That comes out October 29th. This is more characters, story.
The second wave.
Really building on
the Delta Wave expansion.
So I'm excited for that. I actually haven't played Wave 1 yet. I've got so many stinking games to play right now. I probably will jump back into it soon. But for those Hyrule Warriors fan, that's exciting to get Wave 2 here next month. And then moving on, we got a Mario Kart ripoff.
Yeah, pretty much. Chocobo GP is essentially a reskinned Mario Kart with Final Fantasy characters, but not even big Final Fantasy characters, weird side characters. From what I saw, the Chocobo, obviously, and stuff like that. But they're showing the game. It's you got to use the power drifting to gain speed, and then you hit these things to get these to get the Magica. I'm like. So it's
Mario Kart,
just like Mario Kart.
Yeah.
The one thing that's a little different is I think the abilities you pick up are slightly different because there was a different set of tier for ability or Magica. You should say so. Because there was Fyra,
each character had their own special ability.
And each character has an ability, which is different from Mario Kart. So aside from that, it looked very similar. I think was probably built in the same exact thing as Mario Kart.
Yeah, who knows? And that is a Switch exclusive coming out sometime 2022. That's all we got was the year. Yeah. And this was odd. The next thing they did an announcement for an announcement. So they said we are going to announce the Smash character, the final Smash character, and will be the final thing added to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but not today.
Yeah, it was. So they're doing a separate. It's not a direct either. It's it's just like a Super Smash announcement.
Yep, October 5th character reveal. Yeah.
Yeah. So we did kind of have a prediction that maybe it could be Master Chief. Still can be. They didn't rule that out.
Still can be Master Chief. Yeah.
We'll see, but whatever. It's kind of funny that they're doing their own. Because they've done directs in the past with the fighters, so it's kind of along like that, but it's not quite like that. I don't know. It's such a Nintendo way to do it. I guess.
Announce an announcement.
But after that, we did get a very big announcement. Actually,
this was probably the biggest surprise. Well, I should say it would have been. It actually leaked earlier that day. I got the notification. I think it was at 7 a.m.
I was working. I wasn't on my phone, so for me it was a surprise. I
got the surprise. Yeah, I got the notification that it leaked from Nintendo Japan. That the Kirby game was coming out. And I always take leaks with a grain of salt, but it came right out of Nintendo of Japan. Yeah. Just like they did with Mario and Rabbids, that somebody accidentally leaked it and released the art and everything. So it was pretty legit. But yeah, this is a big game. It's not another Kirby side scroller. It's the first Kirby full 3D platformer we've had in a long time. I can't remember when the last one was. I think it was GameCube.
Yeah, so a la Mario Odyssey style kind of thing.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. So that's going to be exciting. It looked really good. It looked, like you said, very much like Mario Odyssey, just with Kirby. And Kirby's a fun character. He's one of the OGs of Nintendo.
Floating around, swallowing people, turning into Link and hitting people with a sword. You know, the usual stuff.
The usual
Kirby in the Forgotten Land, spring of 2022. So that's actually probably right around the corner. Probably a March release is my guess. So that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then after this was another announcement for an announcement. So they announced an Animal Crossing Direct is coming soon because it's been a number of years.
Sometime in October. They didn't say when. They just said October.
So, obviously Animal Crossing came out beginning of 2020 and it's been a huge game ever since. So obviously this Direct probably is going to be a very large expansion to this game, which will be nice, a nice breath of fresh air to this game, which, to keep it fresh, keep people on it, it's kind of what you need to do. So I'm pretty excited about that.
And it looked like something about the way that it was teased, something about maybe running a hotel.
Well, that'd be fun.
That's kind of what it looked like to me, but I don't know. So. And then we got more updates on Mario Golf Super Rush, getting a free update here.
Today!
That actually came out today, or whenever you're watching this, came out the day of the Direct. And that includes Koopa Troopa, Ninja as playable characters, and then 2 new courses. So that's cool. Always fun to get new characters, and especially new courses for people that are continuing to enjoy this game. It's a lot of fun to play with people. So that's cool. And then a Nintendo, I believe this was 3DS that this came out on.
I think
Disney Magical World 2 Enchanted Edition.
Enchanted Edition.
Enchanted Edition, yes.
This is the only thing my fiance peeked her head up. She's like, that looks fun. I want that.
Disney?
Of course you do. Disney. So yeah, run around all the Disney worlds, interacting with the characters, kind of like a Kingdom Hearts, but not such a confusing storyline, I'm sure.
Just more lax, yeah.
Just, have a good time. Have some fun, so.
Yeah, and that comes out this holiday.
Yes, holiday. And then this is the one announcement I thought was really odd. Because considering we just got an announcement.
The timing is
of
off.
The remake coming to PS5 of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. No, this is not the remake coming to the Switch. This is the original game coming to the Switch.
Although we know it's going to get remade and going to be much better on the remake, most likely.
Yes.
If you would like to still pay for the old version, here you go.
And it's not an HD upgrade enhancement.
Nope, same version.
It's just a direct port to the Switch.
Yep. Coming out November 11th.
Yep, probably some money for that too. So I thought that was kind of $20.
I'm guessing it'll be 10 to 20 bucks. Yeah, and then another surprise we got, and we actually predicted stuff like this happening in one of our other videos.
We sure did, didn't we?
We did. That's the future of Nintendo games being cloud-based. We've seen it happen with several other games like Control and Hitman 3 and Assassin's Creed, and now it's happening with Dying Light 2 is getting the cloud version coming to Nintendo Switch on February 4th. And the cool thing about this is, just like those other ones, you do get a free playable demo.
Yes.
So try it out, see if the cloud version works for you, because they don't want people to buy it and they're like, oh, my internet is not good enough to handle this game.
The demo comes out the same day, February 4th, so if you want to try it out before you buy, it's a good idea. I kind of miss having demos available for a lot of games, so it's nice that the Switch is still embracing that. And then after that, they announced the Dying Light Platinum Edition coming out October 19th. So it's essentially the full version of the original game, so coming
with all the DLC and everything, which does have a very large extra story, the following, which was very good. Love this game, one of my favorite games. This actually came out a while ago that this news came out. It was never officially announced by Nintendo, but we knew this was happening, but now we got the official announcement from Nintendo and the release date of October 19th. So that's going to be cool, taking that game on the go. Hopefully it runs really well.
Always nice to see different games like that coming to the Switch. Is always fun. So hopefully it opens the door more and more for the future. We're getting more games on there, especially with that cloud service. I'm sure it's just going to keep getting better. So.
Yeah. And then speaking of the demo services, Triangle Strategy is a game that actually came out as an extended demo a while ago for people to try out and actually give their feedback on the game. The developers said, hey, what do you want us to change about this game? What do you like? What do you dislike? And they listened to fans, they listened to the gamers, and they went through and they changed things that people talked about. They're like, yes, we added things. We're gonna add the movable camera angles like you guys talked about. We're gonna add being able to review dialogue again, and a bunch of little things like that. It's like that's really refreshing.
And I have to say, watching that trailer, obviously it's like a very 2D, really classic Final Fantasy look. It actually looks really good.
It's very pretty. It's like Octopath Traveler.
Yeah, but very pretty. The setting, the scenery, obviously it's like, the Switch has some power to it, so it can make like these basic kind of 2D, I wouldn't say 8-bitty, but pixelized games, 16-bit games. Look really nice. And actually, one thing I noticed is like they were showing off you can change the camera angle, and that was one of the things that fans requested. Mm-hmm. And when it did that, the grass or whatever they're standing in was moving with it, which I thought was like a nice touch. So it looks good.
Really cool.
And that comes out March 4th of 2022.
Yes.
So I like those kind of strategy games too. So I might be interested in something like that.
Yeah. And then we got another look at Metroid Dread, which we knew was coming.
Yes.
Got a look at Planet ZDR is where you're at, which has multiple environments. We won't go into too much depth on that, but if you want to learn everything there is to know about Metroid Dread, you can go to metroid.nintendo.com, and you can really read and watch all these profiles and really dive into the lore of this game, which is really cool.
Yeah, they're really going all in on this, and the game looks great, and they did show a lot of gameplay with this.
They did.
So
October 8th, that one's right around the corner.
That looks pretty fun. I'm pretty pumped about that.
Launches alongside the Switch OLED. So, and then this was probably the biggest announcement of the Direct.
Yeah.
And it was something that we did touch on, but we actually called it our wish list item or a stretch that it would happen, and it happened. And that's a new update to Switch Online.
Good job, us.
But it's with a new tier to the Switch Online membership. So it's the Switch Online expansion pack, and with it you get Nintendo 64 games and Sega Genesis games. And the 64 games coming out at launch, which they didn't say exactly when, they just said late October. But the games coming out at launch for 64 are Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, Star Fox 64, Yoshi's Story, Ocarina of Time, Win Back, Mario Tennis, Dr. Mario 64, and Sin and Punishment. So those are the 64 games.
And then the ones they said are coming soon are Zelda Majora's Mask, Mario Golf 64, we got the original Pokemon Snap, F-Zero X, Kirby, the Crystal Shards, Paper Mario, Banjo-Kazooie. So they kind of showed that stuff coming off, and that last one they barely showed the screen for was Banjo-Kazooie, which is a pretty big deal considering Microsoft owns them. So those are ones that are coming in the future, which is super cool. So obviously that means they're going to keep adding games to this service as it goes. So it's going to be worth your while to upgrade it. And if you are a Nintendo Online subscriber, you have the option to buy a wireless version of the Nintendo 64 controller and the Sega Genesis controller for your Switch to play those games with, which is super cool. I know they've done that in the past with the NES and the SNES, so it's makes sense that they're going to do it with these ones. So.
And the Genesis games coming are Castlevania Bloodlines, Contra Hardcore, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, Echo the Dolphin, Golden Axe, Gunstar Heroes, Musha, Phantasy Star 4, Restar, Shining Force, Shinobi 3, Sonic 2, Streets of Rage, and Strider. Streets of Rage 2, that is.
Yeah.
So a lot of games coming out next month for Switch Online. We did not get a price though on how much extra it's going to cost right now. Switch Online.
Yeah, they said that's going to come in the near future. They're going to
they're going to
cover
give another
that
announcement. Yeah.
And if you have a current online, you can just add it on. It's not like you have to cancel and whatever. So they're going to make it easy to upgrade to it. My guess is it's probably going to be an extra $5. I don't think it's going to be that expensive.
Hopefully it's just $5, because the current one's only $20 for the whole year.
Yeah, so I can just see them adding on another $5.
I'd say worst case scenario, maybe $10 more. because that is a lot of games that you get, especially Nintendo 64 games being big time. So maybe another $10 a year. Even then, I mean, that's a great deal. That's by far cheaper.
Nintendo
than any
online
other
service is the cheapest one out there. So
yeah, and it's
kind of hard to beat.
Moving on, we got the Shadowrun trilogy coming out. This is a cyberpunk style game, RPG. That trilogy comes out 2022 for the Switch. Then we get the Castlevania Advance Collection, which came out the day of the Direct, depending on when you're watching this, today, yesterday, whenever. But that came out right away. And then ActRaiser Renaissance came out today as well, or same day, I should say. And that one was actually a remake of the Super Nintendo game, or a remastered version, I should say. And it looks really pretty. They did a really good job at upscaling that one. So that's going to be fun.
And then we moved into Deltarune Chapter 1 and 2. I'm not quite sure what that game's about. Is it?
Me neither.
Yeah, it looked odd. So we'll see.
Yeah, if you have Chapter 1, it's free to get Chapter 2. It's a free update. But
it was a weird looking game. And then from there, they kind of just ran through a bunch of highlights real quick. So we had Hot Wheels Unleashed coming out September 30th, Surviving the Aftermath, Holiday 2021, and then they showed that Shin Megami Tensei 5 pre-order is available today. So they did announce that. Was it E3 Direct? From what I'm trying to remember.
I can't remember that.
I think they announced
that might have been
the
February, actually.
It may be, yeah. So I know it was this year, but yeah, now pre-orders are available for it. So that game looks kind of cool. And then it rolled into Wreckfest coming out fall of this year. So yeah. And then I guess they showed one more. I'm sorry. It was the arcade archives for Pac-Man and
the NAMCO.
The NAMCO thing.
Pac-Man and Xevious.
Yeah, and that came out today as well. So which is kind of cool.
But yeah, then we got Rune Factory 5 coming out March 22. And then Miyamoto came on, and
we're like, Super Mario Odyssey 2.
I know. I was thinking something with Mario, something big. I mean,
well, it is something with Mario.
It's gonna be big,
kind of.
And it was Mario, but it's the movie, which we did know happened. They released, the announcement and a mock poster.
Yes.
For the movie, but we got a big announcement. It's coming out holiday of next year.
Yeah, so it's made from Illumination, who is famous for Despicable Me, Sing, stuff like that. So we know they're a good animating studio. So at least they got at least that going for them. But yeah, they came out there
December 21st.
Yeah, and they announced who the cast is going to be.
And it's an all-star cast.
It is an all-star cast.
These are huge names.
We got Chris Pratt playing Mario, which is crazy. So, it's me, S.r.l, I mean Mario. And then, Princess Peach is going to be played by Anya Taylor-Joy for any Queen's Gambit fans out there. And the 4 people that watched The New Mutants, she was in that as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, she's a great actress, too. That's, I think, a good choice. Then we got Charlie Day playing Luigi, which is great. Hilarious.
Yes, Charlie's amazing.
I think he's going to do a good job for that. It's good choice there. And then I think the best choice... Jack Black is playing Bowser.
And it's never a bad choice to cast Jack Black in anything.
It's like the thing, it's like the meme, it's like if aliens came to Earth and they asked for our leader, I feel like we just give him Jack Black because he'd somehow figure out what to do. And it's probably true. So Jack Black can do anything. We got other big names like Keegan-Michael Key playing Toad.
Keegan-Michael Key playing Toad, yeah.
And then apparently
Seth
Donkey
Rogen.
Kong, is making it.
This is the only time we've heard Donkey Kong's name mentioned
all year.
His 40th anniversary.
And Seth Rogen is playing Donkey Kong, which is kind of funny. And then the actual voice of Mario, Charles Martinet, is gonna be in it, voicing other characters and stuff. So it's nice that he's actually involved because he is synonymous with Mario.
He is Mario.
So and there's other few smaller actors going to be some in there as well. So, but
Kevin Michael Richardson plays comic. Fred Armisen, that's not a small name.
Yeah, Fred Armisen's
playing
a big
Cranky Kong.
Yeah.
And then Sebastian Maniscalco, I don't know how to say the last name, is playing Spike. So those are the other ones that were announced. But yeah, that's a big time cast right there. And December 21st, 2022 is when it comes out in the US. and they'll get us a release date for Japan later, they said, but it should be still holiday time.
Yeah, I'm assuming probably just a week later. It usually is only
probably
just within a week. So yeah, we rolled into that, and then we looked at some squids for a bit.
Yes, squids, and as they said, octopuses.
Yeah, that's right. That's weird.
I was like, isn't it octopi?
Octopi. Yeah, Inklings you'd think would be squids, but then I don't know. It's a whole thing. I don't know. Splatoon 3. We got a
Splatoon 3. It's coming out. Takes place in Splatville. You get the story mode of Return of the Mammalians, because mammals have disappeared off the planet, and now they are making a reappearance, and they're strange creatures to these.
They're like fuzzy
squids now. Yeah. So that comes out 2022, and then it always ends with a bang, and this is one that we actually doubted was going to show up.
Yeah.
But it did.
It did.
And that's Bayonetta 3, and it's almost done. We got a big chunk of gameplay from Bayonetta 3, and it comes out 2022. So we didn't get an actual date.
And yeah, but
2022, I'm hoping for at least
hopefully
spring.
With the nature of this direct, it was, mostly winter releases, that maybe we will get this in like January, February time. So,
yeah, that'd be nice. Maybe March.
Or maybe holiday even. Oh, I was right. That's 2022. Just kidding.
22.
Holiday of St. Patrick's Day.
New Year's Day.
New Year's Day.
That counts.
There you go. So I'm assuming that's going to be an early 2022 release. And yeah, that's exciting. Bayonetta 3. Big game.
Yeah.
It looks
so
wild.
Yeah, I think we are going to get some of these other predictions. Obviously, we're going to get the Smash character announced later. Who it's going to be, it still could be Master Chief. It could be just a Zelda character, or knowing Nintendo, it's going to be another Fire Emblem character.
Or Tekken character or something.
Or another Tekken character, or Streets of Rage character that we're just like, oh thanks. Or a new Mario skin.
It's just going to be another me or something.
Yeah. Donkey Kong, and then we got the Game Awards coming still. So we know they always make at least one big announcement during the Game Awards. I think the two best candidates for that are a new Donkey Kong game and Metroid Prime 4.
Yes.
I think the most likely is Metroid Prime 4, though.
Yeah, because they've at least, obviously that's been announced technically, so, but we haven't got no information for it. So hopefully,
nothing about it but a number. So
yes. So once again, Nintendo, I don't think they really let us down. It was just
I don't feel let down with this one. It was just.
I think this was so far their best direct of the year.
Yes.
With the other ones, so. Keep it going strong. But yeah, it wasn't a total letdown. It wasn't obviously as big and blockbustery as we wanted. But that was kind of all year we kind of got that. We essentially took a whole year off from video games, from announcements and trailers and releases and conferences. So we expected 2021 to be bigger than it ended up being. I think that's on us, because we were hyped for 2 years worth of stuff, and I don't feel like we didn't get enough to cope with that. So.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, I think solid.
Overall, solid direct. Some good stuff in there, especially, and it's very diversified too, which is cool, because there's something for everybody in here. Yeah. There's JRPGs.
And I do appreciate how they really announced a ton of things.
Oh, yeah.
Because normally direct is like
32 things here, I think.
Yeah, normally direct is like 10 things, but they spent 30 minutes on one game, and then they rattle off a couple more and then call it good. So
yeah. Like their last one, they spent like 20 minutes on Mario Golf. So.
Yeah, it's nice that they just went boom, 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 and we got some good trailers. We got a little bit like talking about things, but yeah, they kind of did more of what PlayStation and Xbox have done, is just kind of throw out a ton of games.
Game. Yeah, so I'm excited for what Nintendo has in store for us for the future. Obviously, we are going to get more announcements before the end of the year is up. Just depends on what they are. So our predictions could still be right as far as them existing. It just was not this time. So let us know what you think. What did you think of the Direct? What did you think of this highlight video? Let us know in the comments. And if you liked this video, give us a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Check out the giveaway playlist. And we hope to see you again on
Super Platinum Achievement.
See you guys.
Bye.